Welcome back to GMOY Radio, and this is Unfiltered with your boy Jay Skyline and James. Today is a bittersweet day. Actually, no, I think it's just bitter. Hugh Hefner died. Hugh Hefner is one of the few individuals on this planet who probably lived a life that most of us wouldn't even be able to live in heaven. Yeah, because I heard somebody say that earlier. It's like, how could heaven be better for Hugh Hefner than life on Earth was? Just thinking about that.
Everything working and him staying young.
Damn, that was like dark and sinister. Okay.
I'm sorry.
And we were talking before the show. I believe that everything works because I believe that he went to doctors to make sure that everything worked.
At that point, yeah. I mean, well, originally being a sex icon, in the 70s and whatnot.
It was earlier than that, I think.
60s, probably. Yeah.
I think he started the company in the 50s. He's 91 years old, so he was born in like the 1920s. He'd have been 20, 25 years old in the 40s or 50s. So yeah, this company is early. I think it was just after World War II. I think they said like 45 or 46 is when he started the beginning of the company and stuff.
1926.
Yeah.
26.
So he'd have been 20 and he would have been basically just because he'd have been 22 or something when the war ended.
Yeah.
And he basically went straight into trying to start Playboy from there.
1953.
Okay, so a couple years after that, but 53 is still early. Like it's still really conservative in this country in 1953.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And a lot of people didn't like what he was doing. Like he was an entrepreneur in the truest form back then.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like I said, a lot of and the thing is, he made sexy cool. Like he made it to the point where celebrities and true models, not just girls that look good, but true models wanted to be on Playboy. Like it got to the point where people that never thought in their lives they would want to be naked on a cover were. Yeah, that's different. Like Marilyn, like from what I understand about Marilyn Monroe, she'd been perfect in this day and age. Like this, like I'm like she would have been perfect. But I'm thinking like Cheryl Tiegs, people like that got into it. The present day Marilyn Monroe was more like Anna Nicole Smith was in it, I think at one point.
I guess so.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, this is a who's who. Jeannie Buss from the Lakers wants to be in it. I don't think she's been in it yet. She owns the Lakers. So like whenever you're a businesswoman and an owner of a basketball team, you're like, I want to be naked. And Jeannie Buss is fine. Like I actually like for a businesswoman in that stature, Jeannie Buss is a good looking woman. She's not like model, but like for what she does, she looks good.
Yeah.
I don't know why she was out here trying to talk to Phil Jackson for all that time because Phil Jackson's old as hell. But yeah, again, shout out to Hugh Hefner, man. You lived a long life. Like that's the thing about this day and age is we get all these people dying, but they usually don't get to live the full life. 91 to me, it's probably surpassed the full life because I don't really. My life expectancy isn't like I'm not one of those people that want to be up in my 90s with a catheter. So I keep it real. This is like I said, unfiltered. I tell everybody, and I was like, everybody's like, oh, you had a son pretty young. I was like, I kind of get it. Like, I kind of dig having my son as young as I did, even though I work harder now. But like, I kind of just like, I want to see my grandkids, but I don't want to have to deal with being super old with my grandkids. Like, I'll be the cool grandpa. Like, if my son has kids in like 2022, I'll be in my mid-50s kicking it with my grandkids.
Yeah.
But all the other grandparents is going to be like 70 years old talking about, here's this soft candy. Yeah, like I'm down with the old, like I said, shout out to you, but I'm like, I don't have like 91 years old. It seems taxing. If you're not living that life. If you're the dude that has to like go to the nursing home and go get the pill line and stuff like that, that's not what I want to be doing at that age. So Hugh Hefner got it the way everybody wishes they got it.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely not. Like you've seen it. Like you've worked there. I've seen it from the far, but like no, I've seen what old folks' homes look like. So Hugh Hefner got to live the life of the life right there, man. In other news, again, RIP before we switch over, but on other news, in the Pittsburgh side of things, the Pirates ended their season with a losing record, but they did sweep to win out the season. In the very last game, they were greeted by Wiz Khalifa to throw out the first pitch. It's interesting. Wiz has done everything. I think the only thing he hasn't done in the city is drop the puck yet for the Penguins, which I doubt will happen. But he basically performs at Heinz Field for the Steelers, for at least one Steeler pep rally like once a year. It's either first game or like the first playoff game at home. But he usually comes in, does black and yellow, and does a towel wave. I'm pretty sure this is his first time at the Pirates game. He took his chance to make sure it was his first and only. Unless we legalize weed, they ain't bringing them back.
Don't bring him back. Why not?
He went out to the plate and did this.
He did that.
Then took the ball and threw it. And then like, had to legalize it, which I'm assuming it was way too like. I bet any money somebody from the Pirates had to come through. Like, hey, we got the shirt. Like, we got the Pirates shirt with Khalifa on the back. Like, I'm sure they had a jersey ready with Khalifa on the back. It's like, hey, you want to wear this? It's like, oh, I got my shirt. He's like, well, could you please wear this?
No.
So like, I feel like that's what happened. So, but shout out to Wiz for sticking to his morals.
Yeah. Maybe next year he'll be at the Riverhounds.
You took it too far.
No,
yeah, you took it way too far. I'm going my best. Well, I take that back. Wiz has done Pitt. I know he did the Midnight Madness for Pitt before with the college football has like the 24 hours of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And when Pitt had their game, they had Wiz come out for the pep rally at like 12 o'clock at night. Like I did the security back in the day, and it was like a 12 o'clock, and he did 4 songs and bounced, but they filled that arena for him to perform 4 songs at midnight.
Wow,
it sucked. Like. Even though he shut down the Peterson Event Center, like when it comes down to the smell of weed, like I feel like I just want to know what cops feel like when stuff like that happens. Because like he walks by like 30 cops and they can't do nothing to him, and his whole entourage just walks around like it's a fucking cloud smoke. Like it's not a literal cloud, but it's like a smell cloud of like it's a wall. Yeah. It's like a brick fucking wall when Wiz and his crew's walking around. Like I never chilled with him. I didn't even get to speak with him, but I was in the area of the aroma, and it was just like. Boom! I'm like, oh, so Wiz is here.
Yo, Wiz is here. He's up.
Yep, like it's that. Like I was about 3 doors down from his locker room, like his room, and he destroyed the whole bottom floor of the arena. So and again, like I said, I know if you're paid to be like the cop security, you're not really supposed to mess with people, but there gotta be like an itch in you if you're a true snitch like that to like get you like the handcuffs, get this nigga right now. Like no. I gotta think it. Like
I mean, you could think it if it was like I don't know who's out here. I don't know.
Pittsburgh be arrested niggas too, like famous niggas. Remember, like Eric Blunt and Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah,
the Ross Park Police would have just let it slide.
They were They were just riding down like what McKnight Road or something.
They were riding down a place where you shouldn't be smoking weed. I will admit that. Like I mean, it's legal to smoke. It's illegal. It would be illegal to smoke and drive even if they legalized it. So I think some people should remember that. They're not going to be giving y'all cigarette laws. Saying that, there are way better places on this planet to try to drive your car and smoke weed. And instead of a 6-lane highway.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, definitely shout out to Wiz. I'm happy to see the Pirates end I guess a disappointing season on a high note. It was a disappointing season. People thought they were going back to the playoffs. Other people. Yeah. Again, I have hope. Like, it's not that I don't have hope. It's the fact that I'm 24 years old. It took them until I was 22 to make the wild card. I don't count the wild card as the playoffs.
No, I don't consider that a playoff one. No. So we haven't made it to the playoffs in my whole lifetime.
Right. And that's hard, bro. That is super hard, especially since I'm not a Steeler fan, but I've seen the Steelers win 2. I've seen the Penguins win what? I mean,
3?
If you count me being born, they won one of those titles when I was 1. Because it was first title was 92 and the back-to-back was 93. So they won the title of the year I was like a month after I was born. So 4. Because that's a big thing with me. Like I think I've talked about this before. If you are young as shit, man, I don't count all them titles for you. You can run around telling that we got 6. Bitch, you wasn't here for that. My mom can tell me she got 6. My mom's been here for all 6. I got like old heads. If the old heads want to come to me about the Steelers 6 Super Bowls, that's all you. You was here for it. You lived through it. If you was born around when I was born around, you got 2. Now that's just what I look at it as. Like some people argue that with me. I'm like, you got 2. Like if you 23 years old, bro, if Terry Bradshaw retired before you were born, you only got 4. I'll give it up to Terry Bradshaw's retirement because I think he's the last dude from them teams to retire.
I think so, yeah.
Definitely. So yeah, that's when it comes to the Penguins, man, it's just with the Pirates, it's just y'all about to trade y'all best player again because y'all remember when y'all traded Jason Bay and that was done. When they chased, I thought Jason Bay was better than he was. Yeah, I thought Jason Bay was better than he was when I was a kid. I was pretty young when they traded Jason Bay, but he was the only nigga on the team I knew the name of.
Jason Bay, and then it was like next year was like Freddie Sanchez was gone.
I gave up. I didn't even,
next dude, just like it was just one after the other.
Yeah, I was done. I fully had given up.
Everyone's good. So who are they trading?
They're gonna trade the black dude. I'm sure they're gonna trade the black dude next year.
Which one?
The one that used to have the dreadlocks.
Oh, Andrew McCutcheon.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like, well, there's Josh.
Honestly, I think they might trade all.
Just trade him off.
Grand slam this week too.
Oh wow.
He got his first grand slam.
Oh, come on.
Also,
keep him
up on an updated side.
You got everything now.
Like, well, we have the people. Just stop getting rid of everybody. That's what they do.
This won't happen. They're gonna get rid of them and put the money into Seven Springs.
Seven.
The dude that owns the Pirates owns Seven Springs. I feel like people don't correlate this enough.
And they have all this other farm teams. He has enough money. They have enough money.
Okay.
Seven Springs is fine as it is. Because there's like
I've never been to
Hidden
Seven
Valley.
Springs. So
I've never been there either. I don't know. I feel like it's already enough. Like they have Hidden Valley down the road or some shit. Like in West Virginia, like I don't know where the fuck it is. But there's enough. The Seven Springs is fine as it is. Just keep the team. We want a winning team. That's what we want. That's what I want.
I understand it's hard to win titles, so I'm not out here like complaining about the fact that they haven't won titles.
I'm not asking
But
for a title, a winning team.
But even before the Cubs, like the Cubs had 100 years without a World Series. That's bad. They went to the playoffs and World Series multiple times in that 100 years. They lost a couple World Series. So, yeah, that's a big deal. Like, yo, it's not the fact that we haven't won World Series. It's the fact that I haven't seen playoff games. That's my issue. Get to some playoff games and fuck that one game wild card.
No. You're in the playoffs. Like you do a series, and if you lose, that's cool. As long as it was a series.
Yes.
Like that's a real chance of one game.
Yes.
That's not enough.
So yeah, that's how I look at it, man. It's just like I love the Pirates. I want them to win. I'm not greedy. Like I feel like people are like, oh, we haven't won a World Series. I'm like, chill. Winning championships are hard. There are teams in the NFL that still haven't gone to the Super Bowl. And I'm not counting Houston. There are teams that are way older than Houston that have never gone to Super Bowls or won. Like, ask the Bills fans how they feel. So, and I still think that Bills team that I referenced is one of the best teams in NFL history, but they ain't get no title. Joe, how many people think that Joe Montana is the best quarterback of all time? He ain't got no title. And y'all can argue that with me. Not Joe Montana, my man. Dan Marino.
Dan Marino.
Yeah. How many of y'all think Dan Marino's the Yeah. How many of y'all think Dan Marino is the best quarterback of all time? And you could argue that with me, but he ain't got no titles. And honest to God, like that's a legit argument, stats. But a lot of y'all look at titles. Charles Barkley. I feel like y'all shade Charles Barkley because he ain't got no titles. So, and I can run through all the sports. So like, and that's what it is. But like, I don't think it's greedy. Like, I don't think there's anybody on this Pirates team that's a bona fide star in a way that like his career would be changed because he didn't get a World Series. I don't think McCutcheon's that great yet.
No, but I think he deserves it. Like, to just stay with the team and ride it out.
Well, the difference is how many people can they get from McCutcheon? Is at this point the team's not going any further.
I don't care. I don't care if I get like five pairs of shoes and a box of like chocolate. I don't give a damn. I don't want nothing. I want McCutcheon to stay. I don't want any other team like players. We're fine. Our team's cool.
And we ain't gonna make the playoffs.
We can work around it. We'll get rid of other people. We keep the people that are good.
Oh, I was about to say, I have an update on another Pirate. I forget his name, but the Korean dude apparently is trying to get back into the United States. It's gonna get shaky because we don't really walk with DUIs like that. I know his name is something funny like Hung Kung Yu or something. But yeah, the Korean pitcher once. Yeah, the Korean pitcher that got DUI and got stuck in Korea for like the last 6 months.
Yeah, he was a hitter. Kong, yeah.
Every Asian dude that hits the Major League Baseball always assumes a pitcher outside of Ichiro. Outside of Ichiro.
Oh, but he's an exception.
Yeah, because like that's all you show me from Japan. I just see. I shouldn't do baseball. I know I shouldn't do baseball. I'm not like this is me just empowering through the baseball. And the fact that I know that he got like 4 DUIs in Korea, and that's why they didn't let him come back. Like it's not even just Korea. I don't think the United States wants to let him come back.
Because he was doing other weird shit up here.
Yeah, he did get in trouble up here a couple times too. So
I mean, I can care less about him. We could trade him or something. I mean, he wasn't bad. He was a hitter. He was a major hitter.
No, he was a good player. Like from what I remember, like the reason they cared, we wouldn't care if he was not good, if he was on the bench. They'd have just left his ass in Korea and they'd have dropped him. Like the only reason he's still on the team is because he must be good.
Yeah.
Speaking of teams and must be good, the New York Giants owner says he's not happy with Odell Beckham Jr. and his peeing celebration. Even though I don't like Odell Beckham Jr., and I actually think the celebration itself is weird as fuck. I don't think the owner got much to do about nothing.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I'm gonna have to talk with him. If I'm Odell Beckham Jr. and I'm saying like in my Odell Beckham Jr. ramen noodle hair voice, if he comes to me about this, I'm like, hey, you got two choices. You can either drop me or trade me, or you can just shut the fuck up. He's the best player on the. That's the problem when you know you're the best player on the team. Like he knows he's physically the most talented person on that team.
Nobody else is good enough.
No, nobody else on that team is more talented than Odell Beckham Jr. And yes, so if you're gonna get mad about something at this point, it's like, and it's too late because like, you know what I'm gonna say? We got 2.5 years to worry about it. I say some shit like that, and the owner will get scared of shit. I'm telling you, you say something like that to the owner, where it's like, well, you got 2 years to deal with this. Like, what do you mean? Like, my contract's up in 2 years. Okay, rocks at that point, he don't like what I do.
Yeah, fuck it, I don't care.
They're not gonna drop Odell Beckham Jr. It's not a choice. If they drop Odell Beckham Jr., he'll get one of the highest quarterback contracts of all time from somebody. So yeah, I don't see where you don't have like, this is one of the few times in NFL history where a player actually might have leverage. Just because of how it's set up. Odell Beckham Jr. stuck there.
Yeah.
Without Odell Beckham Jr., the Giants might not win a game. Like, for a wide receiver to control a team that much, because somebody has to get the ball to a wide receiver first.
Yeah.
It's scary how much Odell Beckham Jr. is the Giants. Without Odell Beckham Jr., I don't really 3 games. Like, I think they could win 3 games. And they haven't won a game yet this season. Because Odell's been hurt and because Eli Manning was sorry. Like, let's not breeze over the fact that Eli Manning is sorry.
Brandon Marshall can't do it like he used to.
Let's not talk about that. And that's a sore subject for me and my fantasy team. I really thought Brandon Marshall. I thought he'd get touchdowns, man. I don't know what the fuck Brandon Marshall's doing. But yeah, again, the Giants owner said he's gonna have to talk with Odell Beckham Jr. And I'm telling you, if I'm Odell Beckham Jr., it's gonna go like, I got 2 years left on my contract, and then you don't have to deal with me no more. Mm-hmm. And I would, because I'm telling you, you tell somebody, that's like telling your boss, that's like you being like one of the top 2 people at your job, and your boss getting on you with something like, oh, I only got 2 weeks left anyway. And he's like, what? It's like, oh, this is my 2 weeks right here.
This is my
and then, like, I'm telling you, if you're a good employee and they think that they've crossed, they'll think if they crossed the line with you or not. And they're gonna be like, oh, wait. What about that 50-cent raise you was talking about last week? Let's make it $1. You know what? I can't have Ricky over here trying to do this by himself. Ricky don't know shit. You got $1. Like, that's what Odell Beckham's about to do. Because I'm sorry, man, you picked the wrong time. Yes, like I said, to me, the celebration is weird. It's childish. It's bitch made. Like, I can give him 30 billion insults about this celebration.
Yeah,
but he's still the best fucking player on your team. And I would wish that morals would override that, but y'all lose so many games without him. Like, it's that bad. Like, that's why, like, hey man, that's why the only team that's ever done something like that is the Carolina Panthers when they dropped Josh Norman last year. Because they dropped Josh Norman and got nothing, and then the Redskins picked him up. Mm-hmm. And that's the only time I've ever seen something like that happen. And it's not happening to Odell Beckham Jr. I promise you that. They ain't got nobody. You know who the Giants running back is? No. You know who the other wide receivers are on the team that aren't named Brandon Marshall and Sharon Shepard or Shepard?
No.
Sterling Shepard.
Sterling Shepard? No. You barely know the tight end's name, and that's only because they hyped him up on fantasy to the point that now he's not good. And you know the one-handed dude on their defensive line, Jason Pierre-Paul.
Oh.
Okay, and that's only because he blew his hand off with the fireworks last year. So no, that Giants team is not good. It's just even if you wanted to talk to Odell Beckham Jr. about this, you don't make it public. Like, you just go talk to him at his locker, or you bring him over up to your office, like on the side one day.
Yeah.
But there's no way to just no reason to go public with something like this, because it just goes bad.
You could just been like, yeah, like, let's keep the touchdown celebrations
not peeing.
Not peeing.
First thing, I thought he was gonna get fined. Because to me, simulating peeing is like simulating sex. Like, there's a line there.
Yeah.
And when you get on all fours and lift your leg up, it's and it's just, like I said, it's fucking weird, man. It is. Like, I'm not gonna act like it's not weird. It's fucking weird. But we're about to get back. We'll be right back in a second, folks. We're gonna just get our normal little break on before we get into some more of our serious subjects. Again, if you want to follow us, follow the radio station first at GMWW Radio at IG and Twitter. And if you need to get your music up here, GMWW Radio at gm.com or gmail.com. And remember, I'm giving it to you straight constantly, folks. So we'll be right back with some more updates on what's going on around the world. Talk to you about this auto-tune and some more sports stuff right after this.